Alright, hello failure family. This is a segment from Darian Fimsane on what I think in the segment or set of Businessman's Handbook slash survival guide. I would say this is more on, the foundational part. I do have different topics to talk about, and they're explained with the different planets. So there's Mercury first, closest to the Sun, Venus, Earth, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, and then Neptune, and then Pluto, if you want to count Pluto, but yeah, we'll do that later. But anyways, this one is probably going to represent Earth, because I'm going to use that as a metaphor to explain, things to get grounded, some different tactics that I think. So anyways, let's find a calculator and type in what the cost, or write down the cost of what your house is going to be. So for my emergencies, so this is when I was young, so it's $50,000 to move up north to a $50,000 home. So I asked and figured that $50,000 for the mortgage, the mortgage insurance, and the property tax is $333 a month. So if it's a ratio from that whole, which it is kind of, I would do 333 divided by the home amount, and it's, a 6%. You can test this for yourself to see if it works. But anyways, the calculation is, for me, in Michigan, 0.0164. So it's 1%, 0.64 for the property tax. And then it's either 0.5% or 1% for mortgage insurance. Then for the actual cost of the mortgage, there's some different ways you can figure, but the most simplest way is to know that it's, if you do 15%, so it's, the core of it is 15%, so if you do, let's say the cost is 50,000, and then I times 0.15 divided by 12 for the amount of months, and then know if that is double. It's pretty important, whatever number you're seeing, to times that by the cost of the house. So it was 0.15, and this is a fixed thing, divided by 12 for the months, and this is for mortgages, so it's going to apply to anyone. And then you times that by the cost of the home, and you're going to get the necessary proof of income. And then if you divide it by 2, you're going to get the cost of, it's either going to just be the mortgage, which I think, or is it going to be all of them combined. If it's 333 on my end, then it's the same thing, but it's saying for me as 625 proof of income, and then divided by 2, it's 312, which is, semi in the area. I would probably want to round to the next thing. So that is part of what I'm saying about this, but the next tactic is something that you have to see a little bit different. I would always recommend to only put 3% down on a house, and to feel comfortable and level, you want to have 25, or you want to have half of the amount of the equity of the home inside of dividend stock. So since it is a 15% thing, what I figure is if you do a 15% yield, so it's 15% of the whole, and I'm going to try to figure out what the whole is for, what it would be the whole of the home. So anyways, it's kind of confusing, but I'm going to do 0.15 divided by 12 since we're talking about the monthly payments, and then the answer is 0.0125. Alright, the significance of this is per in a 15% yield paid monthly, the value per dollar is 0.0125. So I'm going to look at that, and then I'm going to times it by some of my theories. So let's say if I have half of the equity of the home separate to the home, which I like to call ghost ship, then we can go back and it's 312.50, which is exactly the same, so that's why I recommend it to anyone. And if we had double that, it would be 625, which was, soft, our calculation, but fairly accurate. So what I'm trying to say is, if you you really want to make a move and you have a job, then you probably want to have half of the value of the home not into the home, but just 3% down, and then half into 15% yield. So that, or you can do a quick pseudo retirement. So let's say it's 50,000, and then I'm doing 0.0125, and then it's 625, which is what I claimed was the proof of income. That's pretty low. I don't know if they're gonna actually approve of that. I think you might have to be 100 or 200, but we can talk about different ways to make that happen. But I think it's pretty significant for investors in homes and real estate to consider not putting themselves too forward and only taking chances inside their means. So I hope, if anyone appreciated this video, that this is by fact, from Darren Fimisane, the best tactic and what I'm going to do, because my situation is not the best. It's it's pseudo rent, and it's what it is, but we're making progress. We're at probably about 20,000, and this is our goal. So at 25,000, we would be at half to get to a certain point. But anyways, to make that decision, we would have to have 50,000. So we have to work a little bit harder, improve ourselves a little bit more, and said things. But yeah, that's pretty much all there is to my little pretend pseudo thing called the ghost ship or ghost house, and it's pretty important to consider when investing in real estate. So thank you for getting into this part of the Businessman's Handbook, and I hope you did enjoy. Bye.